What is up, good people? Today I got my Ruger SR22. I actually just bought this maybe 2 days ago, and I bought this brand new. Got the box right here, and never been fired, brand new, straight from the factory, and it looks pretty good. You know, just looking at the sides, you know, looking it over up. What do we got here? Well, that doesn't look right. You see the side right here, it's got a bump right here. And then if you look inside underneath the slide, get a good view on that if you can see that. It looks like the internal component is actually kind of risen up a little bit, offsetting the slide from actually the frame. I thought, well, maybe I'll check this out, because I mean the other side slides level with the frame. Can't really see inside there too well. But on this side, the slide is kind of offset right here, while the frame kind of dips down a little bit from the slide. And there's a gap right here that I can actually see right through the gun, right inside of it. So I thought, nah, let's take a good look at this. So I'll pop the barrel off. Take the slide right off. Put that off to the side. And then this is what we got right here. If you can see that. Remember, this is straight from the factory. This was assembled wrong right here. This triangular plastic piece is supposed to fit right inside that groove. Because essentially you got two components to this gun. You got the metal internals, which are essentially all built together as one piece. And then you got the plastic frame. And the frame and the metal pieces inside are really only held together in two spots. One of them being right here, where the whole thing slides in. And then there's a pin right in the back to hold it in. Well, the factory screwed up at Ruger and assembled this wrong. And it actually pushed out the plastic right here. And you think, well, you know, that's not too bad, you know. You have a little bulge right here, but, you know, the gun should function fine. But, I mean, I haven't fired this yet. Well, I'm not going to fire it, I should say. Because when you look closely, the gun is actually set in. It's kind of offset to the frame. If you look at this seam right here, the metal seam, not the plastic, it's actually higher than the plastic frame. When you look on the other side, it's actually level. This metal ridge right here is level with the frame. Not on the other side. It's raised up about 1 millimeter. You can see it right there. It's raised up because this is not set in right. And what I'm thinking is what's going to happen is if I, you know, throw a couple rounds to this gun, nothing bad will happen. But with continuous use, I think just the sheer recoil, since this gun is only held in by that piece right there and the pin, this barrel might actually slide up. The whole internal of the gun might slide upwards. And you actually see signs of it on this pin. Since this pin is essentially a pivot point, this is the side that doesn't have that's correct. The pin looks fine. But on the other side, if you can see it, the pin is actually pushed up, which means that the plastic casing is actually down a little bit too far because the front is lifted up about 1 millimeter too far. So the pin, you don't see the top of the pin. You only see the bottom, a little gap on the bottom, and then they push the pin in from this side, and it actually hit the plastic frame, causing an indentation right there. Kind of have that plastic bulging out because the pin actually missed when they pushed it in there. So I'm actually kind of upset about that, because I don't even know if this gun is safe to fire because of that. This whole piece might actually pull out of the frame. So, yep, brand new gun, straight from the factory. Ruger can't even put them together right. And I'm not dissing Ruger. They're a great company. But, I mean, this is a brand new gun. Maybe, you know, something as simple as just sliding it in correctly should be, you know, a no-brainer. But I did contact Ruger, and they're going to send me an email where I can basically send this gun back to the factory free of charge. And hopefully, instead of just taking the gun apart and then reassembling it correctly, hopefully they give me a new frame or even a new gun with a new serial number, because if they just pop that back in, which you can't do with your hands, I mean, that's, you know, that's a lot of force to pop that in, and I don't want to break anything. But hopefully they replace the frame, because that bulge will still be there even if they pop it in. And then this pin, clearly, you know, that mark will be there. So hopefully Ruger fixes it, because it's kind of unacceptable straight off the factory. But that's my Ruger factory defect. Thanks.